This was the week where Biden's mental acuity and specifically his memory came into question because Special Prosecutor Robert Hur released a report about Biden's retention of special classified documents and concluded that a crime had not been committed, largely because there was no willful intent. And remember, Donald Trump has the same kinds of crimes, although a lot more when it comes to document retention. And it's like, oh no, my man did a straight up like, you show me yours, I'll show you mine type of swap
He's
with
like,
his documents.
Yeah, he like said it out loud, wrote it down, notarized it.
Right, yeah. Exactly. And part of the report said, and pretty much verbatim, I think verbatim, that Biden did not commit a crime because he was a, quote, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Wow.
Now, I'm just going to say it. That's not a dig. Like, that, you gotta, I think that's a W. I think that's like, that's fine. Like, you're well-meaning, you're elderly, but like, and you, like, ultimately, there was not a crime committed. This is not the same. It's done. It's done. Yeah. They called you old, elderly. They said maybe your memory wasn't great. It's done, right?
Yeah.
Like to me, that was like, that's done. You don't have to talk about it. But Joe Biden, he got mad. He took offense.
Why are you saying that about me?
He was like, these dog-faced pony soldiers. He got mad like he got mad at Corn Pop. Robert Hur was a bad dude. And he decided to hold a press conference, then got very defensive when he was answering this particular question from Pete Ducey, of all people, Ducey Deuce, as I like to call him, Ducey number
deuces.
2,
yeah.
who
all up in that Ducey
stays asking the dumbest questions and being the most disrespectful. But we'll talk about that in a second. Here was Biden's response.
Something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally
How bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad, I let you speak. That's
your memory has gotten worse, Mr. President?
My memory has not gotten. My memory is fine. My memory. Take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? I guess I just forgot what was going on.
Mr. President.
Voters have concerns about your age. How are you going to assuage them? And do you fear that this report is only going to fuel further concerns about your age?
Only by some of you.
Okay, now let's just be honest. That was actually a pretty good performance from Biden.
Honestly, the thing about him is like opinion. he like the lines were pretty good. He has the unfortunate thing where he is old as fuck, and so like as
the punches come just slowly.
Yeah, the punches come. They're like marshmallow soft, but then once you like get into it, you're like, oh, this is actually a pretty good bit,
right?
Yeah, well, I have a bad enough memory that I called on you.
I have a bad enough, but he also is being, I think, way too cordial with people who are kind of openly clawing on him.
I think that's a fair question.
It is a fair question, but also like, here's my response. If you're the president of the United States and you want to prove that you have mental acuity and you've got a good memory and that you're with it,
I'm just kidding.
No, get mad, but really mad. Be like, how dare you? And that's sort of what it is. Like, oh, what do you think? I just did all these things because I forgot. Like, I actually think it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, but like old people get mad all the time and they still have memory loss. I don't necessarily think that it's not,
Donald Trump is a case in point.
Exactly. And so like, I think that he's going to have to deal with these questions, and the way he's dealing with them is like fine. I don't actually have a problem with him being like mad and offended or whatnot. Like, hey, how dare you? I'm fine. It's like when you tell an old person that they probably shouldn't drive anymore because they're going to drive into a farmer's market.
Right.
It's like they're going to be mad about it, but someone's got to save the people at the farmer's market.
Right.
So I don't begrudge an old person being mad that people are kind of like, talking shit about their faculties. The problem I have is people who feel it's their job to like stoke or co-sign that narrative, just purely based on like, listen, sometimes you have to live with a lie in order to beat Trump, and it's like, maybe this won't beat Trump. Maybe this is bad.
Yeah.
Why we're ignoring it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And the press conference went on. He did answer a multitude of questions. Again, I don't know why but he opened himself up to these questions.
Yeah. I mean, he's, it's good. He should. That's part of the job is, you're taking your slings and arrows.
But then you risk saying things like this. Oh, yes, this is
I ate a whole pie once by myself.
He is being asked because this is again later in this press conference about his mental acuity, his memory. He confuses the president of Mexico and the president of Egypt.
Yeah.
But also a little bit of a win, Matt.
What?
Says that the war or the assault on Gaza is over the top. Take a look.
Ooh.
The conduct of the response in the Gaza Strip has been over the top. I think that, as you know, initially the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate. I talked to Bibi to open the gate on the Israeli side.
Okay, can I just say,
Yeah.
to be fair, I get why he thought the president of Mexico was Sisi, like, because it's like, see, it's like, yes.
You're doing the Jon Stewart joke?
Wait, did he do that joke?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
That's where it came from.
No, I literally just thought of that.
No,
right
you
now.
watched the whole monologue. You can't just
I didn't
just scoop a Jon Stewart joke.
No, I literally just got in my head while I was watching that.
Okay, first of all,
I swear, hand to God, I did not see that part.
We watched it together.
No, we
dude.
didn't. We watched something. Well, I spaced out during that part.
We watched it together. That's the same joke. It is quite unbelievable that you would steal that. You would
I didn't steal
a Jon Stewart joke.
I literally thought I just came up with that.
It's fine.
This is why you can't. This is why I don't watch late night TV
Matt
anymore.
Matt is a joke stealer. I just want to say that. And if anyone out there has had their jokes stolen by Matt Lieb,
call 1-800 Matt stole your jokes, even though Matt came up with them first.
Matt will Venmo you $5.
What are you doing to me?
But so obviously I understand why he got them confused, because he's talking about borders.
He said the CC joke. He literally said yes. Fuck. It's a good bit. That's why he's on top. No. I did not see that joke.
So anyway,
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't
matter. You're a joke stealer. It's fine. So but the point is,
I'm gonna give you my strep throat now.
My favorite part is the papers. Do not touch. Just breathe on my lip gloss.
Yeah, now you're gonna get strep lip.
My favorite part is, and like I have an 80-year-old stepfather, and I know this move of just like he's looking for what he is supposed to say about Gaza,
right?
But he can't find it, and he just
gotta find my page
over the.
It's been what's the diplomatic way of saying genocide?
I told him to mark it. Should be a pink highlighter. Over the top. Like it's just, it was so like, oh, I know this, and I don't love you, but I love, the old part of you. But then he gets confused, blah, blah. So that was not good.
No.
And this is what a lot of people do with Biden press conferences generally, and then we should move on. But is that they're like, hey, Biden said this really incredible thing. He said that the response to Gaza, the Hamas attack was over the top. And you see that headline, and then you see the actual quote, and it's like, over the top.
Yeah.
But Matt, what do you think about him saying the response has been over the top. This is actually more than we've heard from Biden in a long time about Israel's assault.
Yeah, this feels like another version of aides leaking to like the Post that, you know, Biden called, you know, Netanyahu in private like a bad dude or whatever, and it's meant to make us be like, oh man, you know, poor Biden. It's like there's just nothing you can do when it comes to this Netanyahu fella. And this Israel, it's like, I'm sorry, but the power of the presidency over foreign policy is pretty vast. In fact, his presidency, like he has been able to unilaterally give them money, give them aid, give them weapons. Like this is not something that he is being forced at gunpoint to do. And it's like, and the absolute inversion of the power dynamic that people like to do, including anti-Semites on the right like to do when it comes to Israel, where they go like, no, what secretly Israel's in control of everything, including the US government. And they'll like point to things like the Israel lobby and like, you know, the money in Congress is like, see, that's all part of the thing. The truth of it is that the Americans and our government props up Israel. We are their supplier. We're the people backing them up. We are the biggest thug on the world stage.
And we knew.
And when you have the backing of the United States, you can do anything, including continue to do apartheid, which is what happened with South Africa. The US was the only country that supported South Africa. And so South Africa was like, I don't care that the whole world hates us. We have the support of the Americans, until they didn't. And then what happened? Apartheid gone.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I hate this
just so
inversion of
whether
the power dynamic.
It's you know, this is not the best metaphor, but
you're gonna do it anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I was with someone whose mom would feed their dog at the table.
This is gonna be a great metaphor. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it was like, have you guys ever like seen someone who doesn't know how to handle their dog, and the dog wants to eat food scraps constantly, and it's just like, you cannot eat in peace because like, and then she would literally do this. She would just go, stop, no, stop. And so it'd be literally just feeding the dog more and more table scraps and then telling it to shut up. And you're like, here's what the problem with this strategy.
Yeah.
You keep on giving it some table scraps. The point is, and again, not to equate Israel with a little barky dog at the table.
I mean, they are a barky dog.
They need to stop arming and giving them weapons.
Right.
That is how you actually get them to stop. So if you think it's been over the top, which BT dubs, Biden knew it was going to be over the top. He knew the reaction. We all knew the reaction was going to be over the top.
Everyone knew from October 8th. Everyone knew that this was going to be used as a pretext to do exactly what they're doing. And so, you know, for him to be like, you know, over the top, it's like this attempt at like giving a crumb to people who are just like, this is bad, and being like, yeah, I know. Not enough.
And also very resigned, looking down. It's been over the top.
Yeah. And by the way, the thing he was looking for in the notes was the diplomatic language that had been focus grouped and agreed on.
Exactly. That's
for
exactly
what to call it.
Yes.
And he said he couldn't
like,
find the
page.
page.
It's gonna be like, it's been a disproportionate, tragic.
Yeah, right.
But Israel has the right to, like, imagine
yes.
having to still look for your talking points after 4 months of fucking war and being like, I forget if it was Israel has the right to defend itself or if it was human shields. I can't remember the Hasbara that has been.
Never again
means
what? Now. Like he clearly was
believe in a two-state. It's been over the top.
Yeah. He went with it's been over the top as like the first thing that he could come up with that sounded just toothless enough that he wouldn't get a bunch of letters.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.